of the internet. I'm DargonEvo. We're coming at you with another figure overview. So, S.H. and Tamashii Nations just dropped their Evolved Godzilla for the GodzillaxKong film that just dropped, obviously. Now, I know I didn't check out the Hiya Exquisite Basics Evolved Godzilla whenever they showcased him a couple months ago. But without further ado, we're going to take a quick look in comparison between the two of them, go over his pricing, his release date, all that good stuff, and let's get right into the video.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
I was absolutely stunned by this. We normally don't have anything good to say about S.H.Monsterarts. If we zoom in a little bit more, we can see that they finally got an accurate head sculpt. If you didn't know by now, the sculpt for the S.H.Monsterarts Monsterverse Godzilla has looked very stylized, I'd rather put. While I personally think it's downright ugly. I'll plop a photo on screen like right here, but without a doubt, this is very comparable to the Hiya sculpt right off the bat. Taking a look at where his articulation is, we see all the normal points, but I don't see any rotation in his waist, which I do think is a little odd. I know it's the way they have his lighting set up, but his spine's refracting looks absolutely stunning. I think the paint application in this prototype is very well done. I know there's a lot of controversy going on with the Hiya 2024 pre-evolved Godzilla. People are saying that the early release of the figure looked nothing like the photos we got, but we're just gonna have to wait and get these babies in our hands for ourselves. We have this masterfully taken photo right here. You can see a little bit of that paint transition through his legs into his upper body. The blend between his lower shoulders all the way up into his head, I think they nailed that perfect. And honestly, I like the mold of the S.H.Monsterarts Monsterverse Godzilla, but it's just that neck and head that I can't get past. It just looks so gangly, or however you would put that. But we can see the tail's mostly the same except for the new sculpt on all the spines. A very nice paint transition between the pink transitioning to the pre-exposed fins, almost as you can see where they were originally the same color as his body. I love that. Then here we can get a pose from the movie where he's over there running through Egypt, trampling everything. But you ain't gonna get this pose without a stand. Still a very cool shot. You can get a better look at the top of his back. We can see right here that he's a very lengthy boy. We have those almost traditional S.H.Monsterarts hip joints. I like how slender and crocodilian they got the front of his body looking. Another pose from the movie. Got all evolved Goji stomping. We can get a good look at them elbow spikes, which honestly I'm gonna have to admit a little disappointing. So to make sure I wasn't just tripping, we hopped over to the Hiya Exquisite Basics Evolved Godzilla, and we can see his elbow spikes are protruding the same amount. Okay, no, I'm definitely tripping. I was actually more thinking of this dude, but you can see how long they have those. I was really upset that they weren't painted pink, because even on the Playmates their tails are painted. But enough lollygagging. Let's take this opportunity to look at his face. So we can see how they have his eyes painted and even all the little pink details running up to his eyebrows. If this prototype is to be believed, the amount of detail in this mouth right here, man, this shit's got me like... But in all serious, this looks amazing. Hopping back over on the Hiya figure. I know this is kind of a poo-booty resolution, but we can see he too has some magnificent mouth detail. It just really is too soon to compare these two figures, especially with them being several months away. I think I done convinced myself to pre-order this dude and fork out the $140 that he's probably going to cost, which, speaking of which, I'll get out of the way real quick. The price is 14,300 yen, which with a quick translation we can see is only $91.88 in USD, which is not bad, the what, -1 cost. But this is the Japanese price, so the import tax is going to go... That shit's gonna get high, and I don't mean the Snoop Dogg kind. But on the other hand, we have this Hiya Exquisite Basic series, which is only 51 buckaroos. Though if you get it through Hiya's website, you're gonna end up paying like $30 shipping if you live in the US. I get all my pre-orders currently over at Austin Collector. I'll link their site in the description. But their shipping is only like 12 bucks, so opposed to paying 30, I think it's a pretty good deal. Taking another deep dive into this photo, you can pause it and get some more of that lovely detail. I don't want to say the paint's better, it's definitely applied differently. I think they were a little more conservative with it. But we can see right here, we do see some waist rotation, some sort of articulation to add some flexibility to this guy. And I've already seen this memed online like 1,000 times. But we have some Rose out here about to turn Super Saiyan Rose. Y'all already know. But despite the memes, we can see a layer gap between his armpits and his chest. So that may allow for a little bit of articulation, along with this hinge that gives him a little bit of an ab crunch. And I think these are his two alternate hands. Yeah, because if we switch over here, these are a little more relaxed, not so grabby. So the pre-orders are going to open up over here on April 6th. So that is tomorrow. And it says the release date is in October, which again, this is for Japan. And whenever you go over to how to purchase for the US, there's no information available. But currently, this is only going to be available on Premium Bandai, which of course is some BS, but it should be available elsewhere, such as Amazon, sometime in the near future. I know the US release for the Evolved Godzilla Exquisite Basics is in December. That's Hiya's figure, to be more specific. But of course, if you live over by Japan, or hopefully in Japan, then you'll have no problem going over to Tamashii's web shop sales page. Or hell, you can go walking into a Tamashii's Nation store and go buy one for yourself in person. Sadly, I have no experience with that. But if you happen to be such a lucky individual, then God bless. But other than that, seeing that his fingernails are nicely painted, if you found yourself watching the video up to this point, likes always appreciated. My name is DargonEvo, and as always, have an amazing day. Don't try to stop me. I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna do it. Available at your local Walmart.